Kareem, Allah, Subhanallah, Allah, Sultan, Anta Sultan, Anta Rabbuna, wa nahnu ibadaka. You are our Lord and we are your weak servants. Our way is association with each other as brothers and with the Ruhaniya of the Shaykh to attend our meeting and look after all of us, not only to attend, to carry that meeting. Maulana Shaykh Hisham, Allah bless him. He has honorable titles in the presence of awliya, in the presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Lord's presence, and those titles are beyond our understanding. We're asking humbly for him to grant us from what he's been given, from his position in, they say, Diwan al-Awliya, in the Council of Awliya. The Awliya, as we come together and sit, Awliya, they sit in their ranks, different levels. And high levels, they're sitting with Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what they discuss, what they know, we can't even know to ask about it. It's over our heads. They're taking from what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is giving and giving to their followers, each one of us, what we can carry. Shaykh Noor spoke a very good point the other night. There is a tradition, perhaps it's a hadith, speak to people according to their ability to understand. Everybody can't understand the same thing. If you take a young person and bring him to an advanced university class in one of the technical sciences, he's going to sit there, what's going on? You can't. So one of the karamat or miracles of awliya is that their speech is able to reach everyone who attends, seen or unseen, because there's unseen attenders also, not for us but for Maulana Shaykh. When he sits to speak, awliya are sitting, listening from wherever they are, and his speech reaches to everyone according to their need, what they need to understand. If not through words, through lights coming on hearts. So we're asking those lights humbly. We have nothing. Maulana Shaykh Nazim, Allah bless him, he was given a famous zikr to do. All of our zikr is in Arabic that we recite. All our daily recitings in Arabic language. Only some qasidas might be in Urdu or Persian, but our zikr is all Arabic. Only one Grand Shaykh gave to him in Turkish language, and he taught it to us. To sit as if you're sitting in front of your Shaykh or sitting in your Shaykh's presence and says, Ya Sayyidi, khud biyadi, sen var sen ben yok. Like that. My terrible Turkish, worse than my Arabic. Sen var sen ben yok. Sen var sen ben yok. You are and I am not. You are in existence, I am not in existence. You are, I am not. the murid has to feel himself nothing in front of his Shaykh. Otherwise, no benefit. So we're sitting in front of our Shaykh and saying, we have nothing. Give us. We came poor. We came, as Sayyidina Musa, when he went to the land of Midian, he escaped, when he was a young man, he escaped. He got into a problem in the marketplace and he hit someone. Someone said, help me. Oh, Musa, he got into the fight and he killed that person because Musa was powerful. Next day, that person again got into a problem, called Musa again to help him. He was warned off. One believer who was hidden, one awliya, one wali, no one knows who that was. He came, said, oh Musa, get out, they're coming for you. Leave now, don't take anything, don't make any preparation, go now quickly, leave the country, go. And he went. It's in Holy Quran, in Surah Qasas, I think. Is it not? And Sayyidina Musa, he left immediately with nothing, only his clothes. And he went to the land of Midian, a foreign land. He doesn't know anyone, he doesn't know anything. And he went, he was sitting, in Holy Quran it tells the story, there was a watering place where the shepherds used to bring their sheep for watering. And the shepherds, in the old days, they lived outside, they were tough guys. They used to live a hard life. All of them were like that. They brought their sheep to the watering hole and they're watering their sheep. And he sees there's two ladies and they're keeping their sheep back. They're afraid to go and mix with those tough guys, Bedouin shepherds. And Musa say, what's wrong? You don't water your sheep? They say, well, how we can go there with those guys? We're shy. Musa said, never mind, I'll do it for you. He took their sheep and he went and watered the sheep. And when he finished, he came back and returned their sheep. Then it said he went into the zil, into the shade. What kind of shade he went into? He sat under a tree. He went under the cover of something. He went into a kind of a seclusion. He raised his hands and made dua. Rabbi, fasta'iz billah. Rabbi inni lima anzalta alayya min khayrin faqir. Oh my Lord, I have nothing. Whatever you give me, I'm in need for that. I don't have anything. Any goodness you want to give me, I need it. I'm in need for that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened for him in that strange land. He got married to one of those ladies, and she was the daughter of Hadrat Shu'aib alayhi salam. He took him in, and you know the story from Holy Quran. The career of Musa began to move more than before. So we're in need. Rabbi inni lima anzalta alayya min khayrin faqir. Sanwar san ben yok. We have nothing. And we're asking everyone who starts out on a tariqat, on a spiritual way. This is a meeting for tariqat. This is not a meeting for fiqh, Islamic rules and laws. This is not a meeting for learning how to recite Quran. This is not a meeting for learning hadith or poetry. This is a tariqat meeting. It means we're asking, who comes to these meetings is asking to go from beginning level, wherever we start, to divine presence, to know something or to know something about our Lord, to taste something, to witness something, to experience something more than what we heard from books. It means to know something. We follow a Shaykh. Why to follow a Shaykh? We're asking to follow someone who knows something that we don't know, that ordinary. If you have a subject you want to learn, you fasal bihi khabir. Ask the one who knows, says Holy Quran. We're asking to know, we're asking someone who knows that subject. Oh my Shaykh, are you that one can take me from this, my beginning level to heavenly levels, to know something really? As Allah Almighty taught His awliya, Allah, His saints. If your conscience says yes, He said follow Him. That's the only sign. Your damir, everyone has a conscience. If something is good, you know it. If something is no good, you know it, isn't it? If you go to do something good, your conscience says, okay. If you go to take it, no. A little voice inside you says, don't do. Conscience, everyone has one. That conscience, its highest reason for being given to us is to be able to follow guidance, to know Haqq from batil, to know true from not true. When a person says, oh my Lord, send me a guide to guide me to you, Allah will send. He's Mujibul Dawah, He accepts dua. Then you have to use your conscience. That person is true or not true. If your conscience is reading true, you trust on it and you have to move. What he says, you have to follow it. You can't make any, you can't say, no, but no, let's do it this way instead. How about if we did like, no, what he says, you have to surrender. Because you know and I don't know. Senwar sen ben yok. You are, I am not. We have an ego that says, I am something, I am. It's never going to take us anywhere. Maulana Shaykh Nazim said to one person, as long as your ego is present, there's no spirituality. There's nothing. It's just playing. As long as the ego is there. How we can lose it? It needs a trainer to train how to take us there. Allahumma salli wa sallam. To prepare us, to get us ready. Everyone on their levels. Some of you can understand what I'm saying. Some of you are receiving lights from the heart of Maulana Shaykh, like seeds to be deposited. Later on they'll bloom and sprout when it's needed. Everyone is going to take their share. Allahumma salli wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So we're asking to move on the right way. We told before people came, I was remembering a story that Maulana Shaykh Hashem used to say and Maulana Shaykh Nazim used to say, Allah bless both of them and raise them higher and higher. Make them look to us with love. There was a Shaykh, he was the founder of this, the pillar of this tariqat, Shah Naqshband, Bahadi Naqshband. He lived in Uzbekistan now, what's now Uzbekistan. That time they say Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, city, states. Each area was its own area, state. They didn't have big countries like they have now. Each area was. He lived in Bukhara and he began his mission from his Shaykh to teach people, to prepare them, not to teach but to prepare them, because Prophet ﷺ, he said, what I took on Isra and Miraj, I poured. What's the word for pour? Sabba? Sub. I poured into the heart of Sayyidina Abu Bakr. He didn't say I taught Abu Bakr what I knew. He said I put it. And this tariqat, one wing from Sayyidina Abu Bakr, one wing from Shah Mardan, Sayyidina Ali, one wing from root from Sayyidina Abu Bakr. So that knowledge is poured knowledge. I put it. Murids of Maulana Shaykh, they're not going to a school to learn divine knowledge. When the person is prepared, at any time he might pour something. Either a drop, either a whole load, whatever that person person can take. He was preparing his murids to ascend, to get up spiritually. And he used to have, Shaykh Hashem said, every week 3 meetings. 3 times they would come together, the murids, to sit with their Shaykh. One kind was for like this, lecture, soft advice. One kind was only for zikr, no speaking. It's written in the book of Grand Shaykh Sharafuddin Dagestani, Allah bless him. You have to come. The murid comes to the place of the zikr. He doesn't look right, he doesn't look left, he knows his place, he sits there, no salam, no talking, nothing. The shaykh comes, they sit, they make zikr or the muqaddam, they make the zikr, they get up, they go. You keep that tajalli and you go. No speaking, no looking around, nothing. Very tight they were doing. Not like now. Because we're trying to take lights and not to lose lights. We take lights, quickly they're lost. We lose them. We're not able to carry. So he was preparing his murids to carry those lights through advice and through zikr. And the 3rd meeting was for muraqabah, meditation. He had a kind of meditation that he instructed his murids. And they would sit, and he told all of them to close their eyes. And all of them, they used to put on, they'd come take a shower, ghusl, when they came to the dargah. And they had special clothes, like a locker room at the health club now. You come, you have your stuff, you come, you put special, all white stuff. You put, and you sit. You're ready for meditation, you sit with nothing. So close your eyes and concentrate. And he said to the person on his right, tell me your story, how you found me. How did you find me? And that person told his story, how he met the Shaykh. And their eyes are still closed, and after you, the next one. Continue around the circle. Everyone told their story with their eyes closed. When it was their turn, the person would tap the other one and he'd tell his story. I found the Shaykh like this, I found like that, I was traveling here, I was doing like this. Everyone told their story, came to the last one, and then their eyes was all closed, and they're waiting for the Shaykh to sum it up, and quiet, nothing. And they're sitting, they're trying to be good, nothing. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, they're meditating. Finally, somebody opens one eye, and the Shaykh is gone. Said maybe he disappeared. They sent somebody to. He's gone. Somebody said, "What should we do?" I don't know. Maybe if we concentrate ourselves once again in meditation, he'll come back to us. They came back together and said, everyone according to their power was meditating, deep meditation, trying to acquire the presence of the Shaykh. And you meditated sometimes? No. And after a while, the Shaykh was there again, sitting. And all of them were astonished. What just happened? Shah Naqshband, he said to them, "Oh my murids, you see, you didn't find me, I found you." He found us. He found us, and he knows where he's going to take us. Training, training, training. Preparing. Shaykh Nazim used to say, they have the coffee mills. She grinds the coffee. He says, "Don't worry, the mill is not going to stop grinding. We're not grinding. He's grinding. He's doing the grinding." How? Through everything that happens to you. Every one of us has a life. And everyone has This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Shaykh gave everyone something to do, to be busy, to recite like this, to do like that. Meanwhile, stuff is happening to us. And we're passing through that, our life story. You have to know that's your program, divinely programmed. From Shaykh sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Shaykh is not doing any program except coming from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Coming. Divine program reaching everybody to their situation. فاستعذ بالله إن الذين فرض عليك القرآن لرادك إلى معاد. Like that. My Arabic now is worse than my Turkish. The one who made the Quran for you, made it fard for you, will take you to your final place of meeting, to your ultimate goal, to your destination. I created each وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created you for me, he said. And he knows to where he's taking us finally. Step by step, step by step. Our job to intend, we intend to follow. Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Allah bless him, after he left or honored the next world with his holy presence, we can say, for himself. I was so upset. I was going to look. Where are you going to look nowadays? Internet. Isn't it? You go on the internet, either don't need the computer anymore, dust on the computer, we have here everything. Someone says about a book, in 2 minutes you've got it. In 2 seconds. I went, I'm looking here. Where did my Mawlana Shaykh go? What's going to be? How we're going to do? What we're going to do? Oh. And talking to this old Murid, everyone crying. We went into the ocean with a boat, our oars fell over, our sail fell off, our motor went. What are we going to do? Everyone crying. And I came to something. It was from one of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim's books. I didn't recognize it at first. He said, I met in my time so many shaykhs, shuyukh. I studied with this one, I met this one, I met that one, and professors and philosophers, but my heart wasn't in peace until I met my grand shaykh. Then, and I tried so hard to follow him for so many years, even though I felt so weak in his presence, insufficient. And he said, and I'm still trying to follow him. And I'm looking when he said that. This was after Grand Shaykh passed away. I wrote that introduction. I took it from his talks and put it in a book, and somebody put that on the internet. I didn't recognize it when I saw it. I said, who was it? What's that? He said, I'm still trying to follow my Grand Shaykh. This after he passed. So we're still trying to follow that spirit. That spirit, however, is going to come to us. And we ask him, and we're asking who knows more than us, which is Mawlana Shaykh Hisham, keep us on the Mawlana's holy way, not to be lost. Make our steps to be true ones we're intending to follow. We're intending to follow you to the presence of Mawlana Shaykh, to the presence of Grand Shaykh, to the presence of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mawlana Shaykh Hisham, he said the duty of the Shaykh is to take the Murid to the presence of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and then to withdraw. His job, his mission, to catch people, to take them from their starting point, bring them to the presence of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah knows what that means. No one can say what that is. You can't, no point to imagine it. It's not what we're going to imagine. It is what it is. That's his job. And we're trusting on him and asking to continue. May Allah grant us the blessings of this night and Holy Ashura, the days when Anbiya were rescued by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from heavy trials. It's a trial for us all now. And we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send Mahdi alayhi salam send that beloved one to rescue the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And however that's going to be. Finally, if it's permission to say like that, you have to find Mahdi through yourself. Everyone is. Shaykh Muhyiddin Ibn al-Arabi, Allah bless him. He wrote so many books, and difficult for even awliya for understanding. What about for? But he put in his introduction to one of his books, he was describing his diving, diving into himself, into his reality. Every one of us is a reality. Allah created each of us with a reality. He said, where is your soul? Outside yourself, inside yourself, mixed with yourself, separate from? What is it? Everyone has a reality. And he was diving. Awliya are diving into their realities that Allah created them. It's a complete world, Mawlana Shaykh used to say. Who reaches really to be Khalifatullah, to reach what he is created for or she's created for, Allah give them a world to be his Khalif, private for them, no partners for them in that world. It's a private reality. He was diving in his reality. He said, I'm describing so many things in my books. I'm describing the seal of awliya, I'm describing Khatim al-Awliya, Khatim al-Anbiya, Khatim al-Mahdi, all these things. But I'm not describing how they're going to come in this world. As ulama, scholars are saying from the hadith. We believe one day Mahdi is going to come to rescue the Ummah. Which time? Generations of believers went to their graves not seeing Mahdi. He said, I only wrote my books to give the reader some idea in their mind to begin to be enthusiastic, to dive into themselves to find him. To find all these things I'm talking about. I never meant to care anything for this outer world, though I described it in terms like that. He said, I came to the shore of the sea, I found the rising sun. He gave images we can understand, but he said, it's in you, you have to find a way. And Mawlana Shaykh Hashem used to say, Grand Shaykh was diving. Mawlana Shaykh used to say also, diving into himself to take the meanings, the realities of the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shaykh Sharafuddin also. Allahumma salli wa sallam. Mawlana Shaykh Hashem said when Grand Shaykh came to As-Sabur, the last name, said, it's an endless ocean, you want to go or stay? He said, what to be going? He went to be with his Lord. It's a journey, and most of us are not thinking. I don't want to make this longer. We have to start to think about unseen reality. That's the point I'm trying to make. We made everything to be external. And a few came and they went. They're meeting every month and every year to do what they call it for Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Gilani, that meeting. Urs. Now they're making for Mawlana. Okay, they went. They came, they went. What came? We're still stuck in dunya like this. It means they were going to an unseen, calling us to an unseen. But we're insisting to make it a seen thing. We're insisting to be always in this level. And Prophet was calling people to another level. Awliya are calling to another level. No one wants to go there. No one wants to acquire the adab, the characteristics to be able to go there. It's not the ones we need to be in this world. He said, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, always he was saying, war is coming, Mahdi is coming. Every year, he was saying. One year he said, November, Russia is going to enter Turkey, US is going to respond, finish. Third World War coming, Mahdi is coming. By November, finish everything. That year. November came, November went. Winter time, I was, alhamdulillah, lucky to be in Cyprus. That time, Maulana Shaykh, he was not in Lefka yet, he was in Gurney, at one person's house, one Murid's house, pharmacist. And not too many people around. There was a chance to sit with him alone those days. He was sitting, reading his Dalal Khairat, happy. And I came, Matthew didn't come. I'm sitting there, I'm going, he said he's coming, he didn't come. And I come, I'm sitting there on the couch. It's a big living room like this. He's there, I'm here. And he's reading as if nothing. He looks up as if he just noticed me. Oh, he came? As if he was so busy reading, he didn't notice. I said, Astaghfirullah. And he does a pantomime, a show as if he's at the airport looking up at the screen saying when the planes are coming, he says, plane delayed. He said, anyone complaining to you? I said, Astaghfirullah, I'm fooled. I'm one giant complaint sitting, nothing, only complaining. And I said, Astaghfirullah. He said, I know the reason why I said those things. I'm not crazy. I'm Astaghfirullah, but I have to report what he said. He said, I'm not crazy. I'm not foolish. When I say like that, their love of dunya comes down. All of us are full with hubbul dunya. It's one of our big enemies, and it's needed in us like the yeast is with the bread, or the flour with the bread. We're full with it. We can't come out from it. When I say war is coming, it's going to end everything, blow up, 6 out of every 7 is going to pass away, and Mahdi is going to come. Their hopes come down for dunya. And if they object on me, he said, they object on Holy Quran. Holy Quran, so many verses say the end is coming. Iqtara wa shaqal qamar. The end came, the moon just split. Closer and closer, closer and closer comes the end while they play around with live, with paddling around with nothing. So many ayats like that. How will it be when the angel of death comes? And we read those and we quickly run on to the next one. Like when you're driving on the highway and somebody gets a speeding ticket, and may Allah save us from that, pirates. We're going, you see one, everyone goes, you quickly go around, you leave him to... We have warnings and we don't want to take it. Maulana Shaykh, my job to break their hubbul dunya. May Allah make us to understand. It's a long speech. No one likes a long speech. Only the speaker likes to make a long speech. May Allah forgive us and raise us up and make us to pass in safety to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for each one of us. Every goodness that Prophet was asking, so Allah grant us, save us from every harmful thing Prophet was asking to be saved from. As'alukum min fuja'atil khayr, a'udhu bika min fuja'atil shar. Grant us a goodness, even there might not be any reason for it, come suddenly, and save us from a harm suddenly coming with no apparent reason for it. Save us. Fatiha. Not to be taken unawares.